Hello and welcome to Logan Sounds Off, where we talk about books, music, and a whole lot more. I'm your host, Logan Kelly. Hello, welcome to Logan Sounds Off. I'm talking about today Closing Time by Tom Waits. I have the CD right in front of me here. This was released in 1973. This was the first time I listened to the album, and I didn't get a good first impression. But I'm definitely going to listen to it a lot more times because some of the songs are very inspirational. And when I say that, I mean, one of the songs there, Martha, sounds exactly like my grown-up Christmas wish. I don't know who that's by though, but it sounds very similar. So I think there might have been a bit of inspiration there. This album was, it wasn't his biggest album. Probably Night Talks at the Diner would have been his biggest album. But Closing Time was definitely a good one and definitely up there, if you know what I mean. So the first song that I was listening to, it had brilliant piano. So immediately I knew that Tom Waits liked his piano. So throughout this album, I definitely enjoyed the way he used his piano. In Martha, which was my favourite song, he layered up the piano. He also used drums that were really nice in track 3. And in track 2, he used some lovely guitar, and I'm going to talk about some of that later. At the end of the album, it started to get a bit boring, and I started to not exactly enjoy the album. But overall, there was a couple of songs that really stood out, such as Ice Cream Man, which was track number 9. This was definitely a weird song in the sense that it was different to all the other songs on the album, but one of my favourites. Also Martha, which is my favourite. I thought that sounded really nice. I loved the piano in it. And then my other favourite song was Old 55, which was the first track that I listened to off the album. So this was released or recorded in New York. So I'm quite new to Tom Waits. I listen to Night Talks at the Diner. That was released 3 years before this album, I believe. I think we're going to be talking about that on the Logan Sounds Off album reviews because that was a very good album. But I think that it was definitely way better to this album because some of the songs you wouldn't be able to tell the difference from because they were all very similar. Though there was a couple of positives, and most of them were that I love the relaxation on track number 7 there, Rosie. And I loved on track number 4 the way the speed was a bit faster, but it was spot on at the same time. Then track 5 had a very jazz feel, which I really liked. And I think if some of the other songs had a jazz feel, while others had a more fun, funky feel, I definitely would have enjoyed this album a lot more. Now, thinking about it, this was the start of the rock era kind of thing. So I kind of expected some rock in there, but I didn't hear it. So I wondered then, was Tom Waits working on this album for a lot longer than 3 or 4 years. He might have been working on it for a good maybe 5 or 6 years because it's so outdated, as people will call it. But overall, definitely my favourite songs, Ice Cream Man and Martha. They were the best songs in my opinion. And I definitely hope that they have that on more albums in the future, inspiration from Tom Waits, because they're brilliant songs. So I hope there's more jazzy textures from people like this album, because I found it very different, very unique. But as they say from unique, everything is unique. I really enjoy this album. And for the first time I've ever listened to it, I've got some good vibes off it, so I'm going to give it a good 3 stars out of 5. Originally, though, I was thinking of a 2. So, Tom, you're very lucky there, Tom Waits. So that's the end of the first album review for Logan Sounds Off. I hope you enjoyed it. Please look out for more episodes to come. I can't exactly tell you the next album I'm going to be talking about because I don't know myself. But keep chilling, keep relaxing, and keep listening to good music like Tom Waits. Goodbye.